I just remember when I'm in that tired moment of not wanting to go, I remember how good I feel afterwards. So I imagine at 10 a.m. that day, how am I going to feel if I did a workout? I'm going to feel like really in control of my day, like I've ticked that box and done something for myself. And that's what encouraged me to get to the gym. Is not how I feel at 5 a.m, which is sleepy, but how I'm going to feel at 9 a.m. You know, that's how I remind myself. And I have to do that every day because it's not easy to wake up when you haven't had a lot of sleep.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
It's just crazy how much it impacts your mental health, your physical health, just how you're feeling, your energy levels. It's crazy,
Absolutely.
but it's just sticking to that routine. Hey guys, welcome to the Happy Way podcast, your go-to place for all things fun, happiness, well-being, growth, trust, and diversity. I am your host, Melissa Fideli, and I am here to inspire and connect everyone who chooses health and happiness so you can be your healthiest self and live life the happy way. Today's episode is brought to you by Inglot Cosmetics Australia. Hey guys, today we have the wonderful Grace, who is the founder of Powerfit by Grace, a personal training, coaching and nutrition program helping women lose weight, get stronger and maintain it for the long run. Not only that, but Grace is also a mum of 2 beautiful kids, scored 2nd place in the world for bikini modeling in 2014 and has also been on the cover of Women's Health magazine in 2017. Grace has a whole list of incredible achievements and boss lady qualifications under her belt, and today we are lucky enough to have her on the Happy Way podcast so she can share an insight into how she does it all and give us a few helpful tips along the way. So welcome, Grace.
Oh, thank you. What a nice intro.
Of course, of course. Well, I was looking up, because I've got to write my intro about everyone. I was like, oh my God. She's done so many things.
Yeah.
She's so amazing. This is great.
Sometimes when you do actually stop, you realise that because I just, you just feel like.
That's it. You're constantly going and going. And I think with social media as well, you're just looking at what someone's doing in that moment. Yeah. And you never really stop and reflect and be like, what else have they done? And look at all these milestones they've achieved. So incredible. You go, girl. So to kick things off today, I want to start by getting you to tell us a little bit more about your story. Where did you start and how did you get to where you are today? You are doing so many incredible things in the health space. So how did you make it happen?
Thank you. So my story started out quite different as far as my career goes. I started hairdressing. So I was a hairdresser when I was 15. So I started working when I was really young. And that's what I thought I was going to do forever. So what I really loved about hairdressing was having the client come in, they don't feel so great, they want to freshen up with their hair, and they would leave almost like a different person. Like they would just leave with that confidence and like just feel so proud of themselves and the way that they feel based on, I guess, how they look. That was what I really got out of hairdressing. So I full-time was a hairdresser, even managing a salon toward the end, and then I wound up with RSI. So that's a repetitive strain injury. So basically just cutting too much hair.
Yeah, chop too much.
Yeah, exactly. So just inevitable just happened to me. So I all of a sudden was like, oh my goodness, I'm in my 20s, I need a career and I can't do this anymore. The doctor literally said to me, you either put up with the pain and continue or you find another job. Like there's no other option. You can't have surgery or anything like that because it was inflammation, which is from repeating the same thing. So then I sort of, oh my goodness, what do I do now? And I always was interested in the gym and health and fitness. So I basically transferred my love of helping people through into health and fitness, which now I believe is almost the exact same thing because what I enjoy and what I thrive on is helping women, and men, but women predominantly, and helping them find that confidence. So I achieved that with hairdressing and now I'm able to achieve that with my work now. So
Incredible.
I love it.
Wow. So you really got pushed into that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Because you were like, well, what else am I going to do?
Yeah.
So,
and it was a really quick decision. I remember I was still hairdressing and there was an overlap. So I was studying personal training, like fast tracked for sort of 6 months or whatever it might have been. Yeah. And I was doing that like 2 nights a week and every Sunday. Wow. So I was full-time working in pain and then doing personal training on the side. So it was a busy time. But now looking back, I feel like I'm just in the exact right place because what I thrive on is helping people and I'm able to do that. So yeah.
Oh, incredible. So you seem to juggle lots of different hats and in the middle of that, you're also a mum. How do you balance life, work, health, fitness, mum life, everything?
Yeah, that's $1 million question. I feel like I even ask myself that. Yeah. It's like a daily reassess, which actually is my advice really. I feel as though you really need to take one day at a time. I've had a lot of things that I've dealt with over the years, but taking it back to the basics, being a mum and a business owner and staying fit and healthy, I feel that you don't want to set your bar too high. So I'm not saying that your goals can't be huge and that you can't achieve amazing things. But, rather than perhaps saying I'm going to work out 6 times a week, that might not be realistic for someone who is extremely busy and has children to look after. So maybe scale that back and say, you know what, I'm going to hit 3 or 4 awesome sessions a week. And that is what you commit to. I think that people have this idea that being fit and healthy means that you are running a hamster mill, running on a hamster wheel. I was going to say mill, but same. Hamster mills and running on a hamster wheel, that actually does go.
Yeah, it works.
But I feel like people think that it is just being this Olympian training 24/7. That's her health, but really I feel that I'm an example now that you can really train. Probably I've been exercising maybe 2 to 3 times a week for the last 5 years and am still extremely fit and healthy and strong. Yeah. So it's just a matter of prioritising everything and fitting it into your diary without letting it overwhelm you and just taking one day at a time if that needs to change.
Yeah, being real. I feel like that's the gist of what you're saying. Yep. Be real and be honest with yourself and just do one thing at a time, really.
If you that's right. Set the goal from the start with something that you can actually achieve and fit into your lifestyle and then it will be long term rather than a quick fix. So.
Absolutely. Don't want those quick fixes. We want a changed lifestyle that's going to benefit us forever. So, we live in such a fast-paced world and everyone seems to be doing so much, just like what we said. A lot of your challenges and fitness journeys are really great for helping busy women achieve their goals. How do you encourage this and how does a busy gal with lots on her plate still make time for health and fitness? I know you've kind of covered that in the being a mum question, but for someone who's on your journey, what do you suggest?
So I think booking it in, like booking your self-care time in, it's so much easier said than done. And even I have to constantly remind myself to okay, Grace, slow down. You're getting, busy and overwhelmed with life. So workout-wise, personally, I work out at 5:30 in the morning. So it might only be sort of those 3 days of the week, but I make sure that I get up super early. My kids aren't even awake yet, so the family's just snoozing and I'm not really missing time with them because I'm doing it when they are rested, which for me has always been something while I've been a mother. I prefer working out first thing in the morning. So I'm not distracted thinking about what they're wanting or doing. They're just sleeping.
They're sleeping. They're fine. They're peaceful sleeping.
Yeah, that's right. That sounds creepy. Yeah. But no, so I fit my workouts in early in the morning. That's like a non-negotiable. That's the way I fit those in. And managing self-care, I think, is also just so important for everyone, even if you aren't a mother. You can be busy doing other things. So I really consciously book those things in. It might just be putting a face mask on before I put my kids to bed and then read them a story. Yeah. But that 5 minutes of applying a face mask and then being able to wash it off afterwards is just, for me personally, that's something that I love. So, or going for a walk, with the dog. I've got a puppy now, so I can say that.
Saw that. It's so cute.
Yeah, it's like 2 weeks old, but I'm going to claim that. So go for a walk with the dog.
Yeah, absolutely.
But so just fitting in your self-care, really.
Yeah, and I feel like it's really, you've got to make those habits and those routines. And like you said, doing something that's realistic and, being disciplined with yourself as well. I'm sure it's not easy for you to get up at 5 a.m., with all the million things you have on your plate every day. I'm sure you'd love to sleep in for another hour, but it's being disciplined and being like, no, because I'm doing this 3 days a week and I've got to stick to it, as difficult as it may be at times.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. And I definitely have that. I think the hardest part of going to the gym is going to the gym. Like actually physically getting up out of bed and going is the hardest part. So a tip there I'll just add, is that I just remember when I'm in that tired moment of not wanting to go, I remember how good I feel afterwards. So I imagine at 10 a.m. that day, how am I going to feel if I did a workout? I'm going to feel like really in control of my day, like I've ticked that box and done something for myself. And that's what encouraged me to get to the gym, is not how I feel at 5 a.m., which is sleepy, but how I'm going to feel at 9 a.m. That's how I remind myself. And I have to do that every day because it's not easy to wake up when you haven't had a lot of sleep.
Absolutely. I mean, I am definitely not as busy as you are and I don't have kids, but I've recently, probably within the last maybe year, I was like, I'm going to become a morning person because I used to work out in the afternoons. Yeah. And I'm going to become a morning person. I'm going to do my workouts in the morning before I go to work. And at first it was so freaking hard. So getting out of bed, I was like, no, this sucks. But now you get into that routine and it's just so normal. Like after a while, when you stick to something through the hard, while it's hard, it actually just becomes, you don't even think about it eventually. And then on the days that I don't go to the gym in the morning or don't wake up and do a workout, I just feel so different. I feel like my day is so different to the days that I do it.
Definitely.
It's just crazy how much it impacts your mental health, your physical health, just how you're feeling, your energy levels. It's crazy,
Absolutely.
but it's just sticking to that routine,
Yep.
you know?
And personally, I always feel that some people do work out in the afternoon at night and that's their own personal preference, sure. But I personally just think if you leave it to after work or, after dinner, whatever it might be, you've got 1,001 excuses. Like you've had a hard day, you're stressed, you've got a headache, you haven't eaten enough, you haven't had enough water. Like you can make up plenty that sound amazing.
Oh,
like
absolutely. I can give you my list. Yeah,
Hello.
it's good.
Yep. Whereas in the morning, you're basically half asleep. So you're going to get to the gym and you don't really even have any excuses yet.
Exactly. Because your mind is still half asleep. You're like, you're driving and
it's
you're
perfect.
like,
I get there with blanket lines on my face and I'm like, hey guys. So I definitely recommend. For me, it's like it has to be in the morning.
I'm the same. It's so much better in the morning. I agree. So you are big on flexible dieting and you bought me a Freddo today. So I'm so excited.
To bring one myself as well.
Yeah, of course. So, and obviously you're all about still having that chocolate every day. What is flexible dieting and how does it work?
So the Freddo is actually funny, and I wasn't going to say this, but I brought it just 10 minutes ago.
Okay.
But the Freddo, I feel like it could almost be my business logo.
Absolutely.
I have to chat to Cadbury.
Yeah.
But I feel as though it's like the perfect example of that you can have things that you enjoy every day if they are controlled and portioned. So the reason I love the Freddo is because it's an awesome amount of chocolate and it's portioned. You can't, if I bought a block, it's awesome chocolate as well, but it would probably go. So a Freddo is like the perfect amount.
Yeah.
But anyway, answering
the
back to flexible dieting. So flexible dieting is probably perceived in lots of different ways, maybe, due to social media and other ways that people talk about it. Yeah. And really the way that I believe flexible dieting is in our Powerfit principles, it is just that. Like it's personalized, and that's why I like it, because you could be gluten-free, dairy-free, a lover of fruit, I don't know, a lover of Freddos. So you could be a lover of whatever kind of food choices you enjoy, depending on your culture and your lifestyle and your dietary requirements. And flexible dieting is going to be something that suits you, because essentially you are first calculating your intake. So there's no, every study backs up that calories in, calories out is the way to either lose weight or put on weight. So that's like an indefinite, no matter how you decide to eat, that's going to be your rule. Yeah. You can't argue that. And then within flexible dieting, you're able to make up, I guess, your meal plan and your diet out of foods that you enjoy. Of course, that are great for you as well. So nutritionist foods as well. Absolutely. But add in the Freddo, the small things that you enjoy, because something sustainable has to be enjoyable.
Absolutely.
If you look at a meal plan or a diet and you're like, oh no, this is going to be a struggle, don't even bother starting it. Like just don't. No. Just put it in the bin.
Because you're not going to
be able to do it. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. There are so many ways to make foods enjoyable and healthy ones as well. So we really, really work, and I really push that education onto my clients so that they are learning as they go through the process, which, again, makes it sustainable. But flexible dieting is the bomb.
It is. Well, like you said, for anything to be sustainable, you have to enjoy it. And I'm a nutritionist, but I'm also a massive foodie. So if you were to tell me that I'm not allowed to eat this, I'm not allowed to eat pasta, I'm not allowed to eat chocolate, I'd be like, what? That's insane. But if you want to be healthy, a healthy person is someone that doesn't feel constant guilt. A healthy person is someone that can enjoy their food and not overindulge. And I feel like flexible dieting is a great way to kind of educate people on that. You can still have your cake. You can still have all of this beautiful stuff, as well as all your wholesome and, more nourishing foods. I mean, every food is good. There's no such thing as good and bad. And I feel like that's why flexible dieting is great, and it suits so many people's lifestyle is because of that. It is sustainable.
Yeah,
it is
absolutely.
so sustainable, which, I love.
And when people ask me if I'm up for flexible dieting, I say, well, from my point of view, it's personalised. Like what we do. Okay, what do you do? What are your meal plans like? Well, they're personalised because they're for the person. Yeah, but what do they look like? No, it's what you want to eat.
It's what you want.
It is personalised. Like how else can I explain it?
How can I say it?
But it suits everyone because it is something that you can stick to. Again, it's that realistic mindset of it being something that you enjoy and something that fits in with your lifestyle.
Yeah. Amazing. So if weight loss is your biggest goal right now, how can flexible dieting help you and help you keep the weight off long term? Do you also have any other really great tips when it comes to weight loss?
Definitely. So a little bit sidetracked, but I just want to explain the difference between when I knew about flexible dieting and when I didn't.
Yeah.
So I started off as a personal trainer. I was personal training for 3 years in the gym face-to-face. Then I got pregnant with my son and had my son, so he's now nearly 6.
Aww.
And through that pregnancy, like most women would, I was very conscious of, putting on too much, extra weight, blah, blah, blah. I had a healthy pregnancy because I believe that, most, you are supposed to put on weight and whatnot. But I was so unaware of what flexible dieting was. I didn't understand it. And I was eating foods like I would go to a cafe and get like a Snickers, like a raw Snickers cake slice. And I was just loving all this apparently healthy food. But I did put on 25 kilos in that pregnancy, which is, again, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't want to throw numbers out there. But I put on a bit. Afterwards, after I had my son, I thought, I want to learn this flexible dieting thing. Like, how are these shredded females all over Instagram, again, questionable, another topic. Yeah. But how are they eating this
how
food?
It starts.
And so I had baby weight to lose and I thought, that's it. I'm going to add to my skill set and I'm going to study nutrition. So it was then that I studied nutrition about 3 years into my personal training journey. And that, game changer. I lost that baby weight. It took about sort of 10 months to sort of lose that weight, but I lost it through just like trying it myself. So learning flexible dieting on my own and actually putting it into practice. And it was after that I was like, wow, I lost this baby weight while eating, things that I love. And I want everyone to know about this now. Then my next pregnancy, so my daughter's now 3, so there was sort of 2.5 perhaps years in between. And I only put on 14 kilos with that pregnancy and I exercised half the amount. So in my first pregnancy, I was actually in the gym on my due date, like still exercising, thinking that was what made me healthy. I know. I didn't have the baby that day, but I was still in the gym on my due date, like trying to do these, shoulder presses or whatever. Second pregnancy, I was so much more calm. I was like, like a bit of walking's fine, but I'm not going to, try and be an athlete because I know that I can get it back later because I did it the first time. And I put on 10 kilos less, which again, I don't want to be putting out these, these numbers about pregnancy, but it just shows the difference between thinking that I was healthy and eating all these clean treats and whatnot, and then actually understanding the portions
calories,
and that you can have
nutrients.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
One more thing funny, in my first pregnancy toward the end, I was convinced I was going to have the baby early because people say fit, healthy, active people may have them early, which I don't think is actually even true. So 37-ish weeks, I'm like, it's going to come now. So every night I was going to the service station and buying like all ice cream, lollies, Maltesers. I was loading up these like fishbowl sized desserts. And I was like, quick, before, I have the baby, because I thought once I had the baby, I wanted to lose weight. So I was like trying to like get it in and thinking like once I have the baby, I can't have this anymore.
Oh my goodness.
That's how I know. And I was a personal trainer, like this is just, it's laughable but it shows that you just, if you're not educated, you don't understand.
You don't.
And then, second pregnancy, having ice cream every day, but portioned. I wasn't having fishbowl sizes.
No.
And I was able to sort of, not put on as much weight. And then postpartum, Happy Way, we were actually at the really big event that I had, which was a boot camp with 300 people in Adelaide. Wow. Amazing. Like I just dreamed of that day all the time. It was so awesome. Yeah. But that boot camp event was only 5 months postpartum and I obviously wanted to feel great for that event with 300 people. But I didn't even try that hard. Like I just went back to my flexible dieting principles and, lost the weight. And I was really shredded for that boot camp. And it was only 5 months postpartum. So it's amazing.
I think a lot of people think that if you want to lose weight and you want to get super fit, that you just need to spend all your time in the gym. But I feel like what you're saying is that your nutrition, your nutritional daily habits have more of an influence than all the hours you spend at the gym. Is that?
Absolutely. Yeah. So for weight loss, all body achievements really, but for weight loss, it's 90% diet, like your body size and, your body fat percentage and things like that. It's what you eat. That's your determining your size. And then exercise is really what I say the cherry on top. So exercise for me, I view as an emotional benefit. So it keeps you feeling empowered. It keeps you feeling strong and organised and obviously gives you those endorphins. Yeah. It's great to be able to move well as well in general, and be functional. Yeah. So that's how I see exercise. That's why now I'm training sort of 2 to 3 days a week and that's enough for my mental health. Yeah. I'm not doing it to control my weight. Yeah. Nutrition is everything. So definitely the most important.
Yeah. So really look at, nourishing your body and finding a plan that works for you and then complement that with healthy levels of exercise.
Definitely.
So I think a lot of people have it the other way around.
Definitely.
They think that, oh, I'm exercising so I can eat whatever I want. Or I'm going to the gym 5 days a week so I can have all of these foods. And then they're like, why aren't I losing any weight? Why isn't it shifting? Why am I stuck in this spot?
Absolutely, yeah. So the pregnancy example, not ideal, but for me, there's sort of 2 times in my life where I lost significant amounts of weight postpartum, and it's just, I cannot believe how different the journeys are. Yeah. So to me, that's just such a great way of explaining it.
Way to explain it. Yeah. Celebrate your individuality with Inglot Australia. Inglot creates cosmetics that are accessible to everyone, and you can feel good knowing they are a cruelty-free brand. Play with colours and enjoy the quality of Inglot Cosmetics with 25% off at inglotcosmetics.com.au by using the code HAPPYWAY25. This is valid until the 14th of March 2023. As a mum, how do you encourage and educate your 2 beautiful children on fitness and nutrition without restricting them from being a kid? You know, because I feel like, I don't know about you, but when I was younger, there was no limitations on anything. Like, of course, there were things we didn't have in our house, but I feel like the awareness wasn't there. Whereas in the time that we're growing up in now, I feel like it's either a lot of people are very extreme with that. So how do you find that happy medium, you know, and educate them on that and still allow them to be a kid?
Yeah, sure. So I don't really spend a lot of time focusing on educating them because I feel like it's maybe a bit of a, you know, the more you push something, the more they don't want to do it. So it's like you said before, if you tell someone they can't have this, that and the other, they're going to want it more. And my children are quite young also, so I don't really think they need to be told a lot, but I just present them with a lot of different food choices. So for lunch and dinners, I guess mainly dinners when they're home after school and things like that, I always have their plate served out where they've got, you know, some veggies, some fruit, you know, some dairy, some meat. It really is almost like your Australian, your food chart. But I really give them like a variety. It's almost like they get a platter for dinner. So, and that's just been my habit from day one. I've got those cute little plates with the sections, and I just give them, and that way they don't really even realise, but they're eating a variety of things. Also, just in the last 12 months, I've changed the way that I serve their food as well, with giving them a smaller amount. So I don't load their plates up. I give them maybe a little bit less than they might eat, and then when they finish it, I give them so much praise. So like, oh my goodness, you're so amazing. And my partner as well will, you know, really celebrate the kids and how amazing they are. And I'll tell them, oh, you're going to be so strong and you can run faster now. And I'll just make a huge deal about them finishing it, and then give them seconds if they want to. But that's the way that I encourage them to eat a variety of foods, is kind of just making them feel really proud for eating it, rather than giving them too much and, you know, continually telling them off or something like that. So I just offer everything to them, and then really make them feel great when they do eat it. Yeah,
affirming that good behaviour and those great patterns. And then also, you know, you lead by example as well. So I think you having the great habits that you have is probably the best lesson for any children. You know, we learn from our parents, I guess. That's where it all starts. So,
and we do have dessert every night, I might add. So that might be something that all households don't do. But all of my clients, we always write meal plans with dessert.
Amazing.
And my kids as well, we have dessert every night. So it's not the fishbowl of ice cream. But, you know, I'll have paddle pops and I'll have, you know, things like that around that the kids can have. And again, it's portion, it's controlled. But they know when they eat their dinner, which they get really proud about, you know, like I say, when they eat it, then they can choose a really nice dessert. And that's the way we sort of have that nice end to the night before bed. So it works really well with our routine.
Beautiful. So why is it important to encourage long-term nutrition and fitness interventions rather than crash diets and workout routines that aren't necessarily that practical?
Yes, so just we've all been there where we've done the 6 or 8 or whatever it is week.
The skinny teas,
looked at that diet that looked horrible and tried it for a couple of days, which I just said, no, put it in the bin. From now on, I want them binned. But definitely, if you are going to just to begin something that's not achievable, so you're going to set out to train 6 days a week, you're going to set out to cut out all sugary items or whatever that might be, you're just not going to be able to sustain it. If you can't see yourself doing that in 6 months or in 2 years from now, then why start it? Yes, you might lose some weight, but it's not going to be long term. So for our clients that want to lose weight, we also make sure when we calculate the intake that we start them on the very highest calculations. So this is sort of a maintenance, estimate to begin with, and then we adjust as they progress according to what they need. But we always start off with the most amount of food possible, because why wouldn't you want to eat the most amount that you can and lose weight? It's not about a quick fix. It's about being able to get there and have a social life and being able to, fit things into your diet. So none of this low calorie stuff. No. Most of our clients, I'd probably be able to say 80% write back their first email after their first meal plan and go, this is too much food. I told you I wanted to lose weight. And I'm like, no, trust us. This is going to be fine. And they do get a little bit worried. But 2 weeks in, they're like, I've lost 3 kilos. How'd this happen?
Wow.
So, yeah.
Amazing. Love it. So, I like how you said, if you don't see yourself doing it in 6 months or a year, don't even start it. That's look for something that's actually going to work for you. Everyone's different. Everyone's got a different lifestyle. So find the perfect match for you.
That's it.
Yeah. So before we finish today, I would love to know, what is one key lesson you have learned on your journey with business, fitness and mum life that you would tell your younger self?
Oh, this is going to make me emotional.
Oh, good.
No, there is so much to me and so much that people don't know right now also, but definitely, I've been working in the health and fitness, area now for, I think it's probably 8 years, 9 years. Yeah. And I've changed so much in that time, not only with age, but children, whatnot. Yeah. And I think that what I'd love to tell my younger personal training self, I started personal training when I was 22, 23, when I sort of got out of that hairdressing. Yeah. And I was so worried about how I looked. That was my number one focus was, I need to, in the gym, hold my own. I need to be looking like, a bodybuilder or an athlete or something to be able to get clients and to be successful. I guess I did look at social media as well, but I just felt in myself that in the gym, walking around just in the gym, I needed to be this picture of health to be able to be successful. Yeah. And now I'm almost the opposite. I certainly hope that I still, look and feel
you look amazing.
Healthy. I'll take this kind. But I don't focus on it like I focus on being really real. So being able to tell my clients and my followers that, hey, I work out 2 times a week and I'm a busy mum and I've been having a trickier time and I'm focusing on self-care or whatever it is. And all of those things put into place have achieved how I am now, which, yes, arguably is still really fit and healthy, potentially healthier than I was when I started personal training. So I definitely would focus on reminding myself that it's not just a vision, it's actually living and breathing a healthy lifestyle and being, really honest in everything that you do. Yeah, that's probably my main thing I'd like to tell myself.
Yeah, focus on how you feel rather than how you look.
Absolutely, yeah. And if you focus on that, the outcome is, weight loss and health anyway, because putting those things into practice all add up to being healthy.
Yeah. So. Amazing. So for anyone listening who doesn't already follow you, but I'm sure a lot of them do because you're part of the Happy Way fam, where can they find you and what do you have coming up?
So the best place to find me is my Instagram because I actually personally, I don't know about other people, but I personally manage my Instagram page. So I'm the only one that has the logins and I always forget my password. No. But it's me on my Instagram page. So if you ever want to direct message me or see what I'm up to that day or what's going on, that's where you can find me. So it's Grace Powerfit with an underscore in between as your space. And then once you find that page, it's quite easy to also then find my secondary page, my Hype by Powerfit page. So that's run by my staff. So my lovely gal, Susan, who's been around for quite a few years now, and she runs that page and that's going to give you lots of educational content, lots of updates on what's actually happening with Hype as well. So Instagram's a place to start. From there, you'll find my website and be part of it from there. But I definitely would direct you to Instagram. And if you watch this podcast, please let me know. I want a DM. I want to know, how if you found out some new things. I think usually, Melissa, we've known each other for quite a long time, but you were like, I didn't know you're a hairdresser.
I had no idea. That was, I was like, well, can you do my hair or something?
I know.
Amazing.
And on the Happy Way thing, I think I tried to work out last night. I've been part of the Happy Way team for since 2016.
Yeah, wow.
Something.
Yeah, you've been around for a long time.
How long has Happy Way been around for? 7 years?
They started in, 7 years.
So I think I've been part of it for 6 years.
Wow.
I know.
So you're an OG.
I am. Last night I was looking and I found all these moments with Happy Way and I was like, wow, it's been ages.
Nice. I love that. Yeah, we've got such a good group of incredible women and
I'm
even
so
men
proud of
as
Happy
well.
Way though. I'm just so proud. They're just, even my partner, he was like, so are they worldwide or where are they based? I'm like, Adelaide.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, they're national. I'm like, they're international. They're amazing.
Yeah, they're great.
And he has the protein every single day and loves it, but just didn't really know the origin of it all.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just so proud to be able to support a brand that is Adelaide-based and owned, and I'm all about it.
Amazing. Good. It's so good. Thank you for everything today. You've given us some really great tips, especially when it comes to starting a new lifestyle. You know, if weight loss is your goal, you know, for anyone listening, I think you've really given some great points to take, you know, whether that's starting a meal plan or starting a new exercise regime, you know, and really thinking about it, looking at it. And like you said, if you're not going to do it for a long period of time, don't even bother. Find something that works for you. And I think that's a bit of a trick. You know, people see those quick fixes and they see those, you know, fast lose weight now. And of course everyone goes to that, but then it's so much harder. And then you feel like you're in this cycle constantly of back and forth, weight gain, weight loss, weight gain, weight loss. And it's just crazy. So I feel like, you know, for anyone who is wanting to lose weight, this podcast is, you know, a really great place to start because it's given some great tips on how you can do that sustainably for a really long time. So,
absolutely.
Yeah, thank you for sharing all of that with us.
No worries.
Thank you. So that brings us to the end of today's episode. Thank you guys so much for listening. And I hope you have taken even just one piece of wisdom from this episode that you can apply to your life to help you grow and be a happier and healthier version of you. Please like, subscribe, and make sure to share us on your socials. Sending lots of love to you all. Bye. Yay.
Bye.
Bye. See ya.
Cheers.
Cheers.